There was once a shy boy named Daniel Reed, who grew up in a small town in England. From childhood, Daniel was the quiet one, the boy who always sat at the back of the classroom, afraid to speak, afraid to be seen. Whenever teachers asked a question, he would look down, hoping not to be noticed. Even though Daniel was intelligent and full of ideas, he lacked one crucial thing: self-confidence. Without it, his voice remained silent and his dreams stayed small. One day, his teacher, Mr. Harris, announced an annual school speech competition. He encouraged Daniel to participate. Daniel shook his head and said, "Sir, I can't even talk in front of 5 people. Everyone will laugh at me." Mr. Harris smiled gently. "You don't need to be perfect, Daniel," he said. "You just need to believe that your voice matters." That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. Those words echoed in his mind. Your voice matters. For the first time, he decided to step out of his comfort zone. He practiced every day in front of the mirror. His voice trembled, his heart raced, but he didn't stop. He wrote his speech on the power of believing in yourself. The day of the competition arrived. Standing on the stage, Daniel's hands were shaking. He looked at the crowd and froze. Then he remembered his teacher's words again. He took a deep breath and began to speak. At first, his voice cracked, but as he continued, something inside him changed. Confidence slowly replaced fear. His words became stronger, his eyes brighter. When he finished, the audience stood up and applauded. He didn't win the competition, but that day, he won himself. That single moment changed the direction of his entire life. Years later, Daniel became a motivational speaker, traveling across Europe and inspiring students, workers, and dreamers. He told them, "You don't have to be the best to start, but you have to start to become the best." He often shared the story of Winston Churchill, one of Britain's greatest leaders. Churchill, as a child, had a speech impediment and was often bullied for his voice, but he never stopped believing that his words had power. Through practice and self-belief, he turned his weakness into his strength, and later, during World War II, his speeches inspired an entire nation to stand strong against fear and darkness. Daniel used Churchill's story to remind people that confidence doesn't mean you never feel afraid. It means you don't let fear. One evening after a seminar, a young girl approached Daniel. She said softly, "Sir, I've been afraid to speak my whole life, but after hearing your story, I feel like I can do it." Daniel smiled. Daniel often thought about his old self, the boy who once hid behind silence. Now he stood in front of thousands, just like Churchill once did, giving people hope with his words. The difference wasn't talent. The difference was self-confidence. Sometimes, one moment of self-confidence is all it takes to change your life forever.